Coming up on Bear News.
UNC is officially a Hispanic-serving institution, but what does that mean? Details coming up.
Supporting all of our Hispanic students on campus, but also to support all of our students and student success.
Do you ever wonder how nurses get so good at drawing blood? We'll tell you how they practice.
You need to hit the vein to be able to get the blood.
Did you know a creature living on campus killed a Colorado resident? We have details on the story.
They say the future is women, but here on Bear News, women run the show.
Bear News starts now.
Good afternoon, Bears. I'm your host, Sophia Tavanello, and this is Bear News Friday. Today, I am joined once again by one of my many co-hosts, Drew Peters. Drew, how are you doing today?
I'm doing really good. Yeah, it's good to be back up here again. I think the reason I haven't been up here in a little while is because somebody in the studio was saying that I wear too light of colored shirts. So I have a dark red shirt on this time, so I'm hoping they keep me on for a little bit longer today. But yeah.
You know what? I think the red suits you.
Thank you. Yeah, I like how we're a little opposite, red and blue.
It's fire and ice, you know? Mm-hmm. Here we go. All right, you ready to get started on the show?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Today, UNC President Andy Feinstein joined us in the studio to tell us a bit about what's going on around campus. And we made sure to ask him the question that's been on everybody's mind lately. Why is the Wi-Fi so all over the place?
Regarding Wi-Fi, I have heard some comments about there's certain dead spots on campus, and even when I'm walking around, I'll say, why isn't my phone picking up the Wi-Fi signal? So I've had conversations with our information technology services and management folks on campus. We're working on addressing that. We've actually asked the state for additional funds to support more Wi-Fi access points across campus, and we'll get that under control.
So it sounds like we should have some improvements on that soon, fingers crossed. And speaking of improvements to the school, UNC became a designated Hispanic-serving institution on Wednesday. This will benefit our growing Latinx community as well as the school as a whole.
So the HSI designation opens up federal opportunities for us to apply for grants that support the entirety of the university in areas such as student success, research grants, and a whole host of programming that we're going to be tapping into from here on forward.
Watch the full interview with Feinstein, head to the Bear News YouTube channel.
Way back in 2021, UNC initiated the process of becoming a Hispanic-serving institution, and as of this Wednesday, that goal has been reached. The U.S. Department of Education determines whether or not a university can be a designated serving institution based on the percentage of full-time Hispanic students. In order to become an HSI, UNC had to reach an enrollment total of at least 25% of full-time Hispanic students. As Feinstein told us earlier, with the new funding opportunities that come with becoming a Hispanic-serving institution, UNC plans to continue implementing events and programs to better serve Hispanic institutions. The university has hosted other Latinx events in the past and is about to host Festival del Barrio, a community celebration and fair this upcoming Sunday. Reporter Tatiana Williams will be covering the event, and we'll have that story for you next week.
The Office of Health Promotion at UNC is under fire this week after making a controversial statement on one of their upcoming events. Their event, Porn, Pleasure, and You, had an unusual slogan, "Come pop your pussy." Students immediately went onto the app Yik Yak with their thoughts and concerns. Students were saying how uninclusive and unprofessional their language was on the event flyer. They also voiced their concerns about how their student fees are being spent at the university, while others praised OHP for having resources like this event. Since receiving the backlash, OHP has deleted their original post and made a new flyer. According to OHP, the event focuses on helping empower feminine people by providing information about the history of the porn industry and misinformation surrounding it. It's a bold topic, so we chose a bold title. This is the second year we've held this educational event program, and it was well received last year. In fact, it was so positive, we brought it back. After their post wasn't well received, OHP took that feedback and changed it. The event is still happening, so if you want to join the conversation, it will be held on March 26th in the Spruce Suites from 5 to 6:30 p.m. In even more controversial news, last month, a Gila monster bit and killed its owner in Longmont when he wasn't permitted to have it. Reporter Tatiana Williams has more on the story.
On February 12th, a Gila monster named Winston bit and latched onto his owner, Christopher Ward, eventually killing him. It has been national news for weeks as the story unfolds.
And that's unusual for a Gila monster bite. Lots of people over the years have been bitten by them, but very, very few people have super serious consequences. And a fatality like this, of course, is very unusual and noteworthy.
On February February 22nd, Winston was sent to UNC's Venom Analysis Lab to help understand why Ward was killed.
We were interested in looking at the venom from a couple of different perspectives. One, is there something different about this venom that may have led to this tragic consequence? Or could it simply be that there were other factors, sensitivity to the venom, or perhaps the actual amount of venom that was delivered?
A recent autopsy report from the Jefferson County Coroner's Office concluded that Ward's death was accidental due to complications from the Gila monster venom. The report states that the lizard had latched on to Ward for 4 minutes while he drifted in and out of consciousness for 2 hours before calling 911.
They're not a good pet. And the bottom line is that venomous animals, and especially in a family situation where we have children around, that can be a very dangerous mix.
So if you're thinking of getting a Gila monster, think again. From Bear News, this is Tatiana Williams.
Our hearts go out to Ward's family while they deal with this difficult loss. Thanks, Tatiana.
With the election around the corner, are you left wondering where the state of our government is? I know I definitely am. On Wednesday, the House of Representatives had an impeachment inquiry into President Joe Biden, where the GOP claimed he and his family improperly profited from policy decisions he took part in when he was vice president. Jared Moskowitz, a Democratic representative from Florida, walked into the hearing wearing a mask of Russian President Vladimir Putin.
Congressman, can you explain what you're wearing? I just came to thank James Comer for taking all of our intelligence and using it in the committee. Maybe he can come see the technology in our grocery stores. Thank you. Congressman, I think it's behavior.
His statement was a jab at the chairman of the House Oversight Committee using resources poorly, but was also a jab at conservative media host Tucker Carlson when he faced criticism from visiting a Moscow grocery store. During the hearing, Representative Moskowitz decided to call out the chairman and the Republican Party.
Let's just do the impeachment. I mean, why continue to waste millions of dollars of the taxpayers' money if we're going to impeach because you believe you've shown he's committed a high crime and misdemeanor? What are you waiting on?
The representative then continued to call the bluff of the Republican Party by demonstrating that no one will motion to impeach the president.
And so I just think we should do it today. Let's just call for it. I'll make the motion, Mr. Chairman. I want to help you out. You can second it, right? Like, make the motion to impeach President Biden. Go ahead. It's your turn. You second it. No, nothing. Okay, we got nothing. So I want to, with my last couple minutes, show the American people that they're never going to impeach Joe Biden. It's never going to happen because they don't have the evidence. Okay, this is a show. It's all fake.
With no evidence that the president committed a crime, House Republicans need close to a unanimous decision to approve articles of impeachment against Biden. This will be difficult since many GOP lawmakers are retiring midterm. This includes our own Colorado Republican, Ken Buck, who said his decision to leave Congress was based on the pointless chaos of the impeachment investigation. We'll update you as more information comes in. I don't know how much trust I have in our government after reading that, but I did put a lot of trust into some nursing majors about their unusual way of studying, which then naturally led me to being stabbed repeatedly in both arms. It's pretty common to see students studying after class, maybe trying to learn scientific theories or mathematical formulas. But here at this house on Central Campus, there's a group of nursing majors who study with a way more hands-on approach.
So we're practicing trying to find the veins to be able to poke them.
Yes, you heard that right, poking veins. Rosas, along with her fellow roommates and nursing majors, Carly Swallow and Kylie Lamas, practice drawing each other's blood in their spare time.
When you're trying to practice and gain confidence, I think the biggest thing is being able to correctly find which vein you want to use and then actually doing the stick itself. The rest of it is pretty easy, but that's you need to hit the vein to be able to get the blood.
Heck yeah.
You would think stabbing your roommate at home would be more nerve-wracking than the controlled setting of a hospital, but they would disagree.
When we're here and we're able to talk about it and be confused and talk through it all, I think really helps so that when we are in the clinical setting, it's a little bit less stressful. I kind of know what each piece means and where it's supposed to go.
Thankfully for them, though, I was eager to serve as their pincushion for today. Now remember, these women are trained and working with sterile equipment. Do not try this on your own.
All right, Drewby, you're up.
Oh my God.
There we go. Woo!
There we go.
Nice. I didn't push the section all the way up. Sorry, I forgot to release it into you.
Nice job.
Okay. Wow, I got a lot.
Yeah, she definitely got a lot. Getting stabbed by a needle is never fun, but nurses like Rosas, Swallow, and Lamas are the ones who make it bearable.
Obviously, like helping people is like a big aspect of it, but also like being able to give back too. Like when people are struggling like through like their worst times is also very like rewarding.
Well, I have my blood drawn now, and I think it's safe to say that anybody who becomes a patient to one of these future nurses is in good hands. I'm Drew Peters with Bear News. And for those of you who are wondering, yes, I did get to keep my blood. And now I'm just waiting for cloning technology to advance. I mean, Sophia, wouldn't it be great to have a ton of me just running around the studio doing every single task?
I mean, that definitely would be easier on the rest of us, but personally, I'm as individual as I want to be. I do not want any cloning. I'm good.
That's fair, that's fair. I know, to each their own. But when that day does come, there will be a lot more Drews in this world, tell me.
The Global Buddies program is accepting applications for the 2025 school year. All full-time students in good academic standing are welcome to apply. The Global Buddies program is designed to connect full-time students with upcoming international students to help them adjust to living in the United States. The program's mission is to enhance cross-cultural engagement by fostering connection and community between mentors and mentees. To stay a mentor, students can continue to apply each year for membership. The application deadline is March 31st at 11:45 p.m. Now, Drew, I gotta ask, what do you think of the weather this week?
Oh, I've loved it. I've been walking to class a lot, even running. Not running to class, but I've been running for fun, which I know is a foreign concept to a lot of people.
Was that you I saw running around campus in those super short shorts?
I don't really have a comment for that, Sam, but what did you do this week then?
Well, it's been super nice, gorgeous today, and it's going to stay gorgeous tomorrow. We'll take a live look at what's going on around campus right now. It's been super nice for today, all sunny, up in the lower 60s for across Greeley right now. As we take a look across campus, we could see nothing but sunshine and blue skies, currently 60 degrees. But I've been blowing my nose a little bit today. Definitely something's in the air. This is our allergy tracker. Tree pollen has been super high for today, but everything else, ragweed, grass, and mold has been staying low. But looking towards our forecasted highs today, we're staying around in the mid-60s. 63 is our high today in Greeley, 64 down in Denver. But tomorrow is going to be even better than today. But waking up tomorrow morning, we're going to stay cold into the 30s, but this is normal for this time of year. But looking towards tomorrow afternoon for our forecasted highs, getting up to 66 in Greeley, 69 over in Burlington. But, of course, this is all too good to be true. Taking a look at Futurecast, I'm sorry, put a little rain on the parade. Rain is coming our way Sunday, but as we look towards Sunday night, this rain is going to transition into snow. As we take a look back at Futurecast radar, we can see the snow coming our way, but then by Monday morning, this snow is going to move on out of the Greeley area, but stay more towards the eastern plains of Colorado, so they could get a lot more snow than we are. The snow for us isn't going to be high at all. But got your Sunday planner covered. If you got plans for Sunday, we'll take a look at that Sunday planner again, because this is where it's going to stay warm enough to be rain by 2 o'clock into 4 o'clock. But as a cold front is expected to move through, that's when we're going to transition into some snow going into Sunday evening. But taking a look for the rest of the 7-day forecast, as I said, beautiful today, beautiful tomorrow. But getting into Sunday, this is where we get that rain to snow, and even that cold front's coming through. But looking into the beginning of next week, we're going to stay cold, but getting back into that sunshine and warming back up by the end of the week. But I don't know about you guys, Sophia and Drew, but Saturday is definitely the day to get outside. So if you got weekend plans, what are they?
I know that I'm actually going up to Grand Lake this weekend with some of my friends, so it sounds like it's going to be really good weather on Saturday, but hopefully it's not too bad of a drive coming back on Sunday, so yeah.
Hopefully. I will be stuck inside, but I will be stuck inside having a lot of fun performing the Ninja Warrior event. So coming up after this break, we have some news on sports. We will be right back.
Yo!
Jumping, buddy? Okay, you guys ready?
Dude, I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Oh, I never said I was driving.
I definitely can't drive.
If you're high, just don't drive. It's illegal everywhere. If you feel different, you drive different.
In sports news, 3 UNC wrestlers have been competing in the Big 12 and NCAA championships. In the Big 12 championship, redshirt sophomore Steve O'Poulin and Vincent Bourbon both received at-large bids for the NCAA championship. Sophomore Dominic Serrano secured his spot with a third-place finish. The NCAA championships began yesterday as both Poulin and Bourbon advanced to the second day. Good luck, Bears. We would like to take a moment to congratulate UNC basketball player Junior St. Thomas on earning first-team honors for the NABC in District 6. Thomas has been dominant in his first season with the Bears, averaging roughly 20 points per game. He also holds the school record for most steals in a season with 51. In the golf world, sophomore Louise Dahl earned Big Sky Golfer of the Week. She earned a second-place finish at the Red Rocks Invitational after a strong finish on the last day. Dahl earned a 3 under par, which cemented her as the lowest score of the day. And that about covers it for sports this week, Bears. In some other news, to celebrate Women's History Month, our head producer, Shelly Schwartz, wanted to give you a rundown on the women who run Bear News. Moving on, the women in Bear News all actually hold a managerial position. I, as host, we have our producer and our tech directors and our teleprompter. So that is our managerial duties in Bear News. What do you think of that, Drew?
Yeah, as much as I like to harp on you guys, I know that you guys really provide a lot, and it's honestly always a privilege to work with you guys. And every time that I get to work with a woman and every chance that I've had to work with women in my life, it's been nothing but great. So you guys are keeping that up, I'll say.
Thank you. You know what? I'll give you a handshake on that. Thank you for that.
Of course, of course.
Well, that about covers it for our show today, Bears. I'm your host, Sophia Tavanello.
And I'm Drew Peters. Hopefully, if I keep buying more dark shirts like this, they'll keep having me on, but we'll see you next week, I guess.
Yep. See you next week, Bears. Have a great weekend.